Welcome to HortTube, where we talk all things gardening. My name is Jim Putnam, and this is a double red knockout rose. This is the low maintenance, disease resistant double red knockout rose. Knockout roses are listed on a lot of websites as getting 4 by 4. These things can actually grow 3 feet in a single season. I've seen them as tall as 7, probably even 8 feet in height. Didn't get out and actually measure, but I've seen them pretty daggone tall now. So they will get much bigger than the labels suggest, but that's because the person isn't doing the appropriate pruning on it, which I'll talk about later. Knockout roses can grow in most of the United States. These things will grow from zone 5 all the way down to zone 11. Knockout roses are actually pretty fast growing every year. Once they're established, you can expect 3 feet and sometimes more growth in a single season. Knockout roses are definitely sun-loving plants. You want to give these at least 6 hours and maybe more. They are a little more shade tolerant than other rose varieties. Most of that's due to disease resistance. If the foliage stays wet in any kind of shade, the other varieties definitely get major disease problems. But I wouldn't tempt these either. I would go ahead and put them in at least 6 hours, and all the way to full sun would be ideal. In terms of where we would use these double red knockouts, I see a lot of people using them as foundation plants, and to me, something that goes dormant like this in the wintertime isn't the most appealing foundation plant, but I understand they are showy enough a good portion of the year as to why people would want to do that. I actually think they look best just mass planted. If you can find a space where you can plant 5 or 7 of these, they absolutely look fantastic together. And that new Sunny knockout, which is the yellow, looks really great with this plant. Of course, the main feature of any rose, of course, is the roses. These are quite beautiful, these double red knockouts. When these knockout roses first came out, the roses were just single flat petals. This is the double knockout rose. It's not like a formal double of a traditional rose, but it does have quite a few more petals, and it's a really nice dark red color. The nice thing about these knockout roses is they'll get a very heavy bloom, which we're about to have right now. This thing's budded up on the end of every single one of these branches. And it'll bloom like crazy for a couple weeks, and then it'll cycle through over a period of maybe 4 to 6 weeks and put on some new growth and some new buds, and then do it all over again, which is really nice. The new growth on these is this nice red color that's pretty prominent in most roses, that they get really nice new foliage on them before the buds are set. I've included videos in the description of this video for planting woody shrubs. I would just treat these knockout roses like any other woody shrub in your area. Just follow the clay or sand planting videos that I have and you'll be fine. Don't cover up anything that's not covered when you purchase these. Don't end up mulching way up on the stems. They're pretty industrial, so I don't think you're going to have a problem with them in terms of transplanting. The first year your knockout roses are in the ground, you're definitely going to want to keep a close eye on the watering and drown them when they need water and then let them dry out. This is a plant, once it becomes established, they're very drought tolerant. But if they get abnormally dry in the summertime, it will definitely curb the amount of repeat flowering that you have. So it's one of those plants that I would probably continue to do some watering on, and you can just kind of drown them and then let them dry out between each of those drownings. I would definitely fertilize your knockout roses in the late winter with some sort of slow release fertilizer for roses, or you could use Flower Tone. The organic Espoma product would work fantastic on these, and it would run out in time in midsummer to let them go to sleep naturally. In order to keep these knockout roses full and dense, which is the key to having the most flower buds on the end of all these individual branches, you definitely want to prune these in the late winter before they start waking up. I'll typically cut mine down to about 18 inches in height. That's about perfect for allowing them to get back into that 3 to 4 foot height range every year, and it will allow probably 3 cycles of blooming through the season, one in mid-spring and one in early summer and one in mid to late summer. In terms of pest on knockout roses, obviously these are incredibly disease resistant, and that's the appeal of them. We can actually grow these in a nursery setting where we're using pond water to overhead irrigate them, and they're this clean without us having to spray anything on them, which is just absolutely amazing. If I tried that with traditional roses, they would have a lot of problems, so that's amazing. Now, that's where the benefits kind of end, because every insect that comes along loves roses, all roses. So these aren't insect resistant. So you will still get insect problems. And deer absolutely love roses. So just keep that in mind. If you have deer problems, they will eat these absolutely to the ground. So what are you waiting for? Even you can grow the low maintenance double red knockout roses. Thank you for watching my video, and if it was helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for future videos. Also, comment below with any questions you have about roses. Thanks again.